Prior to disappearance, Young Jung Sung was born on February 25, 1980, in South Korea. She grew up in Seoul with her parents, and in 1995, Young Jung moved to Springfield, Virginia with her aunt and uncle. There she enrolled in high school and started to introduce herself as Cindy. After graduating high school, she went to Pennsylvania State University. The disappearance. On Halloween 2001, she was now a senior and decided to go to a costume party with two of her friends, Stacy Pike and Lisa Kim, at the Players nightclub. Cindy was dressed as a Playboy bunny. All three of them partied until 2 a.m. the next morning. When they had left the club, they stopped off at their friend's apartment to play video games, and at 4 a.m. they dropped Cindy off at her apartment, but she was never seen again. On November 1st, 2001, Cindy's roommate came back to their apartment after a family trip, and she found the house locked from the outside. The house was empty, but she assumed that Cindy was just out and she didn't worry much. However, on November 4th, after Cindy did not show up to the restaurant where she worked, and her friends did not hear from her for 3 days, she was then reported missing. A search of Cindy's apartment found no signs of a struggle or forced entry. The false eyelashes she had worn to the party were there, along with her backpack and cell phone. The only things that were missing were her purse that contained her driver's license and credit cards. Police believed that she was wearing her Playboy bunny costume when she vanished, as it was not found in her apartment. An analysis of her phone found that she had not made or received any calls after she was dropped off. There was also no activity on her credit cards. Finally, there was no suspicious activity on her emails. Foul play. Police and volunteers searched a wooded area near the campus. Authorities don't believe that she ran off on her own. 2 Britney Spears concert tickets were found in her apartment. A printout for a computer that was due to be received on November 6 was also found. Her friends and relatives don't believe that she was the type of person to just disappear. They also did not believe she was depressed or suicidal. Her friends remembered that she was happy and upbeat on the night that she vanished. Suspect. In 2003, police connected Cindy's disappearance to a bank robber and suspected serial killer named Hugo Zelensky. A co-defendant of his told police that he had an accomplice, Michael Kierkowski. He had abducted and killed a woman from State College that matched Cindy's description. The informant led police to the location of 5 bodies on Zelensky's property. However, DNA testing proved that none were Cindy's. One of them was Kierkowski. The informant claimed that Cindy was buried on another part of the property. Authorities believe the informant is telling the truth because his information on the other 5 cases turned out to be correct. Zelensky also confessed to kidnapping Cindy, but claimed that Kierkowski killed her and kept the bunny ears as a souvenir. Surprisingly, in 2006, Zelensky was acquitted of the murders of 2 drug dealers who were found on his property. He was, however, convicted of abusing their bodies. Closing. In January 2014, authorities announced that the badly destroyed remains of 7 other people were found on Zelensky's property. They have looked into the possibility that one of the sets belongs to Cindy. However, she has not yet been linked to him. Finally, in 2015, he was convicted of the murders of Kierkowski and his girlfriend, Tammy Fassett, who were also found on his property. He was sentenced to life in prison and is still considered a suspect in Cindy's case. However, her body has never been found.